Good evening. I'm Whiskey Mike.
And I'm Keeper.
Tonight, the global theater is escalating rapidly. We have breaking details on a massive U.S. military rescue operation deep inside Iranian territory, alongside the compounding fallout of the Hormuz blockade. We are also tracking shifting defensive postures in Taiwan, a breakthrough in alternative aviation fuel, and a multi-trillion-dollar proposal to turn the moon into a power plant. Deciphering the headlines to extract the intel you need, cutting through the noise to bring you the news. This is MPN.
We begin tonight with a massive and complex recovery operation in the Middle East. Following the shoot down of an American F-15E Strike Eagle over the Iranian territory, U.S. armed forces mobilized an unprecedented air package to recover the two-man crew. The pilot was successfully recovered shortly after the crash by a 21-aircraft task force. The weapons system officer, however, was forced to evade capture by hiding in a mountain crevice. To extract the officer, Central Command launched a staggering secondary mission consisting of 155 aircraft. The extraction was chaotic to say the least. 2 transport planes became stuck during the exfiltration and had to be intentionally scuttled by U.S. forces to prevent them falling into Iranian hands. 3 replacement transports ultimately secured the officer, but the mission took a heavy toll. During the wide net search, an A-10 Warthog was also shot down. That pilot was later rescued by U.S. naval forces. During the A-10 pilot's recovery, 2 HH-60 Jolly Green II helicopters sustained damage from enemy small arms fire.
The kinetic exchange in the region continues to threaten civilian infrastructure. An Iranian missile has struck a chemical plant in Israel's Neat Hovav industrial area in the Negev desert. The pesticide facility, partially owned by the Chinese Sangada Group, suffered unknown levels of damage during the Sunday strike. Israel Fire and Rescue Services immediately established an 800-meter exclusion zone around the complex, urging the local populace to evacuate the radius due to the severe threat of airborne hazardous materials.
In the Hormuz Strait, the ongoing conflict is now creating a severe secondary crisis. The closure of the strait is effectively paralyzing global humanitarian missions. The World Food Program reports that tens of thousands of metric tons of life-saving provisions are severely delayed. This is driving up the operational cost of global aid to unsustainable levels. The International Rescue Committee currently has nearly 700 boxes of therapeutic food and $130,000 worth of critical pharmaceuticals destined for Sudan completely locked down by this blockade.
Shifting to the Pacific, escalating military drills by the Chinese are forcing citizens in Taiwan to prepare for the worst. While many express a strong desire to stay, a growing number of the residents are ambitiously and fervently formulating exit strategies. Financial analysts report a noticeable movement of wealth as residents shift their finances to more stable foreign hubs. Meanwhile, those remaining on the island are taking defense into their own hands. Civil defense organizations are seeing a massive surge in enrollment as civilians invest their time in emergency first aid and marksmanship training.
Inside mainland China, Beijing is cracking down on the very industry it helped build. In an effort to regulate the new low-altitude economy and counter security risk observed in modern conflicts, the Chinese government has heavily intensified domestic drone restrictions. While the new 5-year plan aims to protect civilian airspace, the overzealous enforcement is effectively locking down the skies. The strict regulations have triggered a sharp decline in domestic sales and alienated the hobbyist community, severely stifling the innovation of the drone market Beijing originally intended to modernize.
In more positive news for the aerospace sector, China has successfully completed the unmanned maiden flight of a megawatt-class hydrogen turboprop engine. The engine, a heavily modified version of the AEP-100, successfully converted liquid hydrogen into reliable thrust. Developers plan a stepped rollout beginning with heavy-duty cargo transport and island logistics before eventually scaling up to passenger airlines. However, engineers note a massive logistical hurdle remains. Maintaining the hydrogen fuel at stable cryogenic temperatures is currently an incredibly expensive endeavor.
Looking beyond our atmosphere, a 2011 Japanese mega project is generating renewed interest. The Shimizu Corporation's proposal to build a solar ring around the moon's equator is gaining traction as a potential solution to Earth's energy crisis. The concept involves laying massive solar arrays on the lunar surface to monopolize the lack of atmosphere, then wirelessly beaming the continuous clean energy back to receiving stations on Earth. While it would theoretically eliminate global fossil fuel dependence, skeptics point out that the astronomical cost and the unproven energy transport technology make the celestial mega project a distant reality.
Finally tonight, a wake-up call regarding your health. A comprehensive new study from the Oregon Health and Science University has linked sleep loss to a shorter lifespan more definitively than poor diet or a lack of exercise. Unlike previous studies that relied on broad generalizations, this research utilized rigorous year-by-year analysis. Researchers found that chronic sleep deprivation severely degrades heart health, immune function, and brain performance. Lead researchers stressed the findings, stating that sleep can no longer be viewed as something we can put off until the weekend.
From the intense frontline operations in the Middle East to the shifting balance of power in the Pacific, we will keep deciphering the headlines to bring you the facts. For NPN World News, I'm Keeper.
And I'm Whiskey Mike.
Stay safe, stay vigilant.